Good morning.
Morning, sir.
So you can see I have modified couple of things here. Just I added like this chair, fan, few things. This picture is not very nice. Just want to copy.
हेलो
Yes, tell me.
सर, जो मैंने आपको पूछा था वो इशू, उसमें कुछ ना नेमिंग तो मैंने किया नहीं है।
हम्म नहीं, नेमिंग तो तुमने नहीं किया, बट तुम जब मैक्स में या माया में बनाते हो तो ऑटोमेटिकली उसका नाम तो जनरेट होता है, राइट?
यस सर।
तो इसीलिए नेमिंग क्लैश है। तो एक बार मैक्स वाला माया वाला फाइल खोलो, 3D फाइल खोल के देखो सारे नेम, मेक श्योर नेम में क्लैश नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अनरियल सेम नेम इट डजंट रीड दैट। तो सेम नेम पे वो काम नहीं करेगा, उसको वो क्रैश कर देगा। तो इसीलिए मेक इधर जो जो पार्ट्स कंबाइन करने हैं, कंबाइन देम, नेम इट सेपरेटली। लाइक मैंने जैसे मेरे इसमें सीन में मैंने सारे सेक्शंस कंबाइन कर दिए हैं, काउंटर, फ्लोर, प्रॉप, प्रॉप टू, वॉल, वुड करके अलग अलग नाम कर दिया, ग्रुप करके उसका नाम कर दिया है। तो सिमिलरली उनको लाइक अटैच देम टुगेदर और उसका नेमिंग कर दो। उससे क्या होगा कि तुम्हारा नेमिंग का जो कंफ्यूजन है वो चला जाएगा, वो नहीं रहेगा, और वो एरर नहीं आएगा मॉडल में। वो बेसिकली अनरियल में तुम अगर दो दो ऑब्जेक्ट का सेम नाम रखते हो, जो कि माया में मैक्स में पॉसिबल है, बट वो अनरियल में उसको, अनरियल इज इट्स बेसिकली कोडिंग। तो कोडिंग में दो नाम रहेगा तो वो काम नहीं करेगा। तो इसी यही इशू होता है, बस वो नाम सही करना पड़ेगा। तो इन दिस यू कैन सी लाइक आई हैव अप्लाइड, ये दोबारा से मैंने यही वाला टेक्सचर, आई आई कैन सी आई हैव अपडेटेड दिस टेक्सचर, एंड मैंने सेम वही टेक्सचर उठा के मैंने इन पे भी लगा दिया है। और मैंने ये फैन लास्ट टाइम मिसिंग था, तो मैंने वो फैन भी लगा दिया है। एंड फैन इज बेसिकली a painted metal, so I can use a metal. What happened? Chintan was joining, but he's not joining again. So because this is a metal, and I'm going to use this thing, this old brass, because this particular texture have nice detail already. So what will happen? My effort will reduce on this particular thing. And black mask, isolate, selection, size of the joining, white is selected, select the entire thing.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. So select this entire thing, it's gone now. But this color is not correct. I don't want this color. So if I want, I can keep this color for this base, but for this blades, I can change the color. And why I can see I modified the design of the fan, because there is not enough light source in this particular scene. If you zoom in and see, I have one light source, two light source, and there is no other light source of light. So that's why like, I guess this kind of fans are available in the market where you have a light attached to it. So that's why I applied this one. So I'm planning to attach, create a light here, color and emissive, because light is basically emissive, have emissive property. So emissive switch on, and color, just these two, nothing else, only for that particular section. So I'll change the color, little yellow, warm yellowish orangish color. And then for emissive also, I'll pick this exact same color, right click, black mask, and I'll select the base, selected, done. So this part will glow, this will create light. So similarly for this, all these sections inside those bulbs, I create emissive here also. Okay. And one more thing, if you might have noticed in my reference, this part was like little blocky. I have this like loose wooden planks. So in my model, I haven't created that. But reason why I haven't created this thing, because the tiling I'm going to apply here, I don't know where it's all this plan going to start and end. So now I have a texture here. So once I finish my texture, I put it back to assign this texture to my Maya file, and based on the plank, I can add a cut and give a little thickness and change the shape there very easily. So that is what I'm planning. And you can see these two tables are overlapped. So that's why I have this ambient occlusion here. That is no need to worry. After finishing my model, finishing my model, I can definitely remove that, or I can update my ambient occlusion like as previously I have showed, like you export your ambient occlusion and then take it to the Photoshop and just simply remove it. So if I want, this is counters, I believe it's props. Oh, it's part of props. So then I can, I guess, let me see. I try to rebake once again because these two are overlap. They might work perfectly without any problem. Only prop. It will create shadow. It will definitely create shadow, but this time we have two of this. One is without those prop, one is with that prop. So the intensity of the shadow will be less. That is something later if I want. See, it's gone. Later if I want, I can place some props there, like some glass and some bottle or something, and then fix it. Done. So that shadow is gone now. It's loading. So you can see in this scene I am using six materials. Six materials with six different textures. Now like basic you can see basic by base texture, all these things are added, and plus you can see floor, there's a little dirt. That is something I have added like few minutes back only, just a simple layer with a dirt. That's nothing fancy. If I want to isolate this, zoom in and go to color mode only, you can see just simply creating this shadow. And this particular floor, I feel this particular stool doesn't have shadow. Reason, I recently modified this thing, so I'll have to bake it again. Always you have to rebake things. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I accidentally clicked on like or bake all. How to bake only the floor. It will generate the shadow. Done. Okay, so I can see it generated all this dirt nicely based on the ambient occlusion. Previously it was missing. It's just a simple, what I did is here, it's just a flat solid color, and roughness is really low, really high. It's really rough. And I added a generator, dirt generator. I applied a dirt generator. That's it, nothing fancy. Then this dirt, I need to apply multiple areas. So instead of like creating things again and again, because the color will be the same, so I'm just going to copy it and counter top layer, right click, paste it. See, it will generate dirt. Floor is already there. Props, let's see, props. this section. So in this table is there, so I need to apply this dirt also here. Paste. You can see all the glass, they become dirty. This dirt for table is fine, but for all this glassware, it cannot be this dirty. It's way too much. You can see it's way too dirty. It basically doesn't look like a glass anymore. So what I'll do is right click, add a paint here, and remove all my glass. So I can select the element mode. Oh, sorry, it's white. Black. Remove, 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 remove. I removed it from everywhere. Now you can see all these things are overlapped. So if you select one, it will apply to other one as well easily. So glasses are clean. Now I have this detail. So let's see, prop 2. This one. On this also have to apply this thing. Right click, paste. It will generate dirt, wall. Right click, paste. So it will generate all the corner information and everything. See, it generates the dirt nicely, darken it up, and even if you zoom in, you can see all the details are visible. It's not a solid color. Reason, I have changed the blending mode to multiply. By default, it's normal, so it creates a solid color there. So solid color is never and plus the intensity, I reduce opacity also. So if you change to multiply, same like Photoshop, it blends with the texture. And this wooden thing, for this also I need this thing, paste. So why I'm pasting the same dirt again and again, a reason, what happens, because if in one scene, the weathering will be similar for all the props, all the asset, everything. So that's why I'm pasting it, and then I'll modify it wherever it's required. You can see all this dirt and everything is generated nicely, and if I want, I can check them and like see color mode. You can see all color, and I can feel the overall color saturation of the color is a bit high. That is something I'll control later. You can see all this thing, roughness and everything. I can check very easily. Yeah. So now I have added this light. This light is also added, and this basic dirt and all these things are added. But now we have all these poster, like those frames where we have those posters and those written stuff and all. So those things I have to create. And one more thing, I feel this door, it should have wooden planks. It will look nice and better. So what I'll do, I'll go to floor, this base I'll copy, this one, copy layer, and this is my, yeah, it's part of board. Right click under my dirt layer, right click, paste it here to generate this wooden plank throughout this thing. See, everywhere which is not required, it should be horizontal. Select it, rotate 90. That will give you a better result. Right click, add a black mask, and go and select the polygon. Yeah, white. Just these two, nothing else. So like this, I can separate all the surface very easily and create all other details wherever it's required. We'll do that. And now, so after doing this, now we have to add tons of detail, like all these things, and maybe there is some hand impression or some dirt or some other things. Those stuff we have to create manually. And let me open the reference also once. No, not this one. I'll open the reference and double check everything. Yeah. So here I can see all these poster written things, all these things are there, and plus this written thing is also there. So that those things I need to create. And I just noticed I missed one thing. There is a metal rod going on throughout. That is something I missed. So I'll have to add that. So I'll do that. So let's start with the text first. So each and every this thing have some written text or something. So how to create those things? What I can do is I can cut this thing out, copy this thing, take it to the Photoshop and create a separate image and bring it to Substance and place it. I can do that, but aligning will be little difficult because it's not a single object. It's a combination of objects. See, the group of objects. So aligning it properly and then projecting it will be a little tricky. It will become a little difficult. So let's do it. I'll show you like what is the problems and all. I'll open Photoshop. Just import any. You have two images. I'll open both of them. And check. Set 100%. This is decent size. This is also decent size, and this was better. This one is better. So I want to create this texture. So what I have to do is I have to create this thing. I have to separate this thing and make it straight and take it to the Substance and place it. So suppose I want to do it. So let's see. Control C, Control New. So Control New. Let's create a square texture like 512 by 512. Not very huge. Control V, paste it. Control T, and now press hold Control and align all the corners. Fix the perspective. Fix the perspective. Enter. Merge. So get this thing. If you want to like increase the intensity or something, you can definitely do it here. You can make sure you fix all those things very easily. Or if you want to extract the text only, that is also possible. You can just create a alpha and like you select this white thing and extract it. We can do that also. So let's see, like suppose I want to create this thing directly. So what I'll do is for this, let's save it. Save it on desktop. This is my like some text underscore 01. And now I want to use that text here. So how do I do it? It's PSD. Sorry, I forgot to change the format. Though a Substance can read PSD, you can import it here. Substance can read text, but that is something I personally don't recommend because the PSD files are bigger in size. Here is my text. So now on this, I want to apply this. So I have to create the two different ways. One is projection. One is your there is one more is there like your UV projection is there. One is triplanar projection. I can use any one of them, or I can use this projection also. This. So let's use projection first. For that, for projection, I have to use a paint layer. I cannot use a fill layer. So the moment you do this, this is only color and drag drop it here. Still you cannot see anything. Reason, I have to select my projection brush. This is my projection. Click on this. The moment you click this, you can see the projection here. But you can see, like, usually what happens whenever you click the projection brush, it resets this. So reassign this texture again. Now you can see it clearly. So now you can see it. But problem with this, alignment, like aligning will be a very tricky and very difficult. So manually what I have to do, I have to rotate this thing here. It's my rotation, spacing, angle. Yeah, not changing anything. Hardness is like full strong hard, and this thing. So I can like paint it and project this thing very easily. But problem is alignment will be a real difficult, and you won't be able to align it properly if your model is in an angle, because it's like if it's only one single prop, you can rotate and fit it very easily. But when you have a group of assets combined together, that time it becomes a very problematic. So you cannot do it. So delete this one. So what I'll do, I'll use a fill layer this time. Only color. And drag drop this one here. You can see the entire thing is visible. So it will basically what we'll do is it will tile according to this. So I can click, I can add a black mask, and then I can select only and only those section wherever I want it to visible. So I can do it like this. Then go to the texture now. I can see, I can scale it. I can rotation also kind of can see matches with the surface because the UV is straight, and this offset at all I have to fit. Tiling is too much, so let's see, 6 only. So like this have to match, and then I have to remove some areas and mix it. So it can work very easily. So you have to create a mask like this thing, this texture accordingly, where you have this extra space, like in Photoshop. It's almost edge to edge, so you have to have some extra space, and then I can do it very easily and mask it that thing and place it here. It will look nice, it will be clean, super clean. But there is one more way, that is something personally I prefer, because that it will give you accuracy. It will be 100% accurate. So that is something what I do is I'll go to my Maya, any 3D software that I am using, and I'll go and check this, and I need this particular UV. So I'll go open the UV, and there's something missing. Oh, table, I believe. What is missing from here? Yeah, table is missing. So anyways, so table is missing. I'll select this, all of them. You go to your image, you have UV snapshot, and select your JPEG, PNG, TIFF, whatever you want. 4096, same size scale of the texture. Save it anywhere you want. Apply and close. It's saved. It's saved. But I need to see where is this particular plane. This one. I can see it clearly. My UV is here. I'll open my Photoshop. Very weird. Open the UV and bring this text here. You see this text here, and I can align it perfectly here very easily without any issue, because Photoshop have better control than any of the, it's a, like it's meant for photo manipulation, so you can do it very easily. Align it, and now I align this thing, place it, and suppose I want only and only white, I don't want the background, because I have already background in my Photoshop Substance. I can make it like super white, super black, like this. I can select the entire black. If I want, I can delete that. You can see only this thing. So I can select this. 32 is similar. All the black part will be selected, deleted, gone. It's just a transparent text now. So transparent text. So similar manner, I can apply all of the texture here, and then save it as a PNG and bring it to Substance and place it there. That will like super easy for me. Let's go. Where is my other text? Like this one. This is better resolution. If I want, I can definitely write it and make it recreate it. So that is something like not required. Copy, go here. I have to see that particular UV where it is. You can see the basic Photoshop texturing that we did in TEC AEC. It's always useful. So this one. So Control B, Control Shift, Control Alt L. So it will repeat the same command here. Align it, enter. So I can make it black and white, and I can get rid of this thing very easily. So select of the B, similar, Control J, delete. I get this text here. Now similar rest of the parts also I could do the same exact same thing. So let's go and Control D. So this part, this particular angle, it's not, all these things are not visible. So for all this thing, this one and this one is exactly the same. So I can just copy this thing there. So I'll check where it is. Most probably this one, next one. Text are ready. Now those posters, so for those posters, I'll just randomly download some couple of posters. Just give me a second. I just search for bar poster, so you can see the tons of textures are available. So if I want a bigger size, I can search it like that. All these things, this looks decent. Copy, and I have this section, this. So Control V. I want to see the wireframe, so just make it screen. The texture. Fit everything nicely. Then I'll go and find a few other textures. So anything you like, you can use that. Like we have all sort of references. You can use any one of them. This kind of text also looks nice. If I want to use something, I definitely use it. This is not related to this thing. This one looks nice. And one more. It's a little blurry. This one also looks blurry. JD. Let's go to this one only. Okay, align everything. This is not required, and this one also not required. I need only and only these things. So all the posters and everything is here. I can see it clearly. So I'll save it as PNG. Desktop, save, large file format or anything, just save it. So once you save this, open your Substance. Now this is not required anymore. I can close this thing. So I'll just delete this one. I have to create a layer. Bring it here. Texture. So I have this texture. Only color. See, everything at the place in just few clicks, very easily. You don't have to go through that alignment and all this thing, manually doing things. So you can combine two softwares all the time. So like whatever makes your life easier and whatever speed up the process and gives you better result, it's all about that, like efficiency and quality of the work. So if you use Photoshop, you have better options for manipulating image and editing and all those things. And then if you want to like combine things, you can bring it here and then you can combine it. So I can just bring it, pull it down. So it will combine this dirt with this, and this background is slightly darker. So what I can do, I can create one more layer. These are like basically slate board color plus roughness. The color is almost black, not 100% black. Roughness is slightly matte. Right click, add a black mask, and then you have this thing. Select this one, select this one. You see, you can create this thing very nicely. And I feel roughness is like kind of flat. I don't want to flat, so I can add all this noise, dirt, or something, and make it little. You can see variation. So I can generate those things really quickly. See, text is here, all this posters is here, your pan is there, and all these things are kind of ready. And now I can add like weathering. Like I just added little dirt, but I haven't added any edge wear or anything. So that is something I can do now. Let's see, let's go to counter. So this color, so I'll pick a again fill layer, color, keep the color activate, and roughness you can switch it off or switch it on also, depends what you want to create. I want to make it a little rougher, so make it white. And for color, I'll pick something like similar tone, little lighter. little lighter in color, or maybe something like this, more close to the wooden color. Then right click, add a black mask or white mask, and right click, add a generator, click, and there's something called metal edgeware. So metal edgeware, it's not only for metal, it's a like it basically preset for metal edgeware where it enhance all the edges. It basically create those edge wear and tear. So it can be used for wood, can be used for plastic, can be used for anything. It just you have to create that and manipulate it. So click it, and it will generate the edgeware. So you can see all the edges become slightly lighter in tone, and plus creating all those edges throughout. And you see those small artifacts here and there. So it looks like it's little weathered and old, and like it can, like there's two things, like a wooden piece, there are two things can happen. Either like if you have the corners and all, if you, it's like you touching it regularly, so it basically become like it fade, either it fades the color, make it lighter or make it darker. And similarly it can become shiny or matte. So based on the wood and what kind of weathering you are creating, you generate that. Like suppose it's like it's a polished wood and you're touching this area regularly, so this nearby area will become dark, and this particular surface where you touch it, it will become shiny. So for those kind of thing, I can like obviously make it little glossy, and color I can make it little dark. So but making this dark, it won't be visible, so that's why I'm making it little lighter in color, not that prominent, slightly subtle variation. And roughness, I want to make it a little rougher, not that glossy, and yeah, not that rough also, something in between. But you can see this part becomes solid paint, like color. See, this have a tons of detail, and this one become this little roughy, but you can see there's it's almost solid color. That is something is always like make sure like you do not do it, because this is bad texturing. If you have a solid flat color, it's bad texturing. So to blend it with the base, what I'll do, I'll reduce the intensity slightly so I can see the base also plus the color. So if you want to make it a little lighter, you can definitely go for it, but still you can see the base and all. It will make your life way easier and it will look nice. And plus same thing I can do for roughness also. Make it slightly less, this thing. So then now it will blend with the surface detail and plus create this edge wear throughout this thing very easily. So similarly, I can copy this one. So work on only one part, and then you can create this thing on other parts very easily. Props, this is glass and all. So for this prop, again, I'll paste it. And this will affect only and only the frames and all, not all those glassware. You see, weathering, right click, add a paint layer, and then remove all those things. Black, element mode, remove, 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 remove. Remove it and double check it. You miss anything? Yeah. Oh, this also. And light also. It's all gone. Now prop 2, paste. See, generating those dirt, wall, and this wood needs the same weathering. Paste. See, all the corners become slightly prominent everywhere throughout. If you want to make it a little stronger, you can always go to edgeware and modify things. The basic parameter will be same. Then you can modify it wherever you need to modify. So you can see all the weathering, everything, dirt, everything is added and generate all the details nicely. And create those things. Now, similarly, now we have those text. Like here, we have that some text is written here. You can see this text and it's golden in color. So it's basically brass or something. So for this also, I have to create this text. I have to create this text in Photoshop and bring it back to Substance and then generate this detail. So I'll do that, and plus I'll add this metal beam also. It looks nice, like brown and gold looks nice. It goes really well together. So I can do that. So as of now, like my basic setup is like most of a lot of things I have added and details I can do it. So what I'll do, I'll just save my file quickly and make sure save your file. Still saving. Because like six different materials, so six different textures. It's saving. So it's taking a little time, so it's done. So I just want to check this thing, how it looks in Unreal. I feel this particular table looks way too shiny. And check. This one. This looks very shiny. So I have all this roughness and everything. So I have to manipulate this thing, add a level, roughness, and make it reduce it. And if I want, I can increase the contrast and all to get nice variation. So where I can see all the scratches and everything very nicely. You can see. So little glossy, but still towards matte. And I can see tons of details here. So texturing is all about detailing. So more detail you add, it's better it is. If you not adding details, it's like bad texturing, and which is like not acceptable at all. This green one, I feel it's like way too shiny. No opacity here, no emissive here. Metal is fine, roughness very rough. Now it's better, little matte. So I need to add those brass, this text and all, and plus the brass rod. That is something we can always modify anytime because it's Substance, so we can import, re-import file multiple times and update those things very easily. We can do it very easily. So let's save it again and then export all the texture. So after this, what I'll do is I'll import all this texture in Unreal and check it, like how it looks in Unreal, because our final output is in Unreal. So when you like in any software, anything, wherever is your final output, like targeted output, like suppose it's Marmoset, suppose it's your Maya, Max, Blender, your V-Ray, whatever it is, make sure check your final output there only. Substance, whatever you can see in Substance, how it looks, it doesn't matter. It should, like the way you're supposed to like its reference and the way you're supposed to look, it should match with that particular final output. So you have to always check in your Unreal, not in your Substance. And I'm planning to add couple of like more props, maybe a vase or little plant or something. uh, Planning to add few things, so make it little interesting. Saved. Then all these things are ready, and wall is fine, wall is fine. In reference, there are two more stools here and plus one or two more stools here. That is something can be modified. No problem. I have added this detail. Okay. So once this is done, let's start quickly. If I want to modify, now I have this texture. So if I want to modify the model, I can definitely do it. This is my flow. So I want to export only my flow texture just to see. Export texture, switch off everything. I want to export only and only my floor just to modify that floor. This is your folder, right click, folder, textures, export, export it. Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot to select TGA. Make sure for gaming, because our final output target is Unreal. So make sure change this to Unreal. Output template is Unreal. File type is Targa, and then export it. So you can see now it's only 4 textures. Previously it was 6, 7 textures. That is something to keep in mind. Normal roughness. So when you export this, it's not exported or what? Array, yeah, folder again. What I'm doing. Select Targa, Unreal. Everything is fine. Yeah. So when you export this, you get 3 maps. One map, this colorful map, one is normal, one is a diffuse. So as of now, nothing else is required. So I'll just close this, save it. Open my Maya. This particular texture I need to apply. So I just simply shift right click, copy path, go to color, files, open and paste it. Press 6 to make it visible. It's visible now. Now you can see the entire texture here. Now I can modify those alignment. Like suppose I want to modify this thing, I can do it very easily now. So here, this is not required technically. I can delete those things. And let's see, wherever I want to create, I need to add a loop here. Then it will end somewhere here. Then I have this loop, or maybe this one. Then this one again ends somewhere here. Let me see the reference. Oh, not like this. 1 plank. So I can add all those planks very easily, one by one. Now I can see the planks like where it is. So now I can modify things very easily. So you can see like texturing is not like just just create something and texture it, because it should be correct also. So accuracy is also very important. So once I create this, so I know the exact tiling, so I can fix things very easily. So first thing here I can see, now this thing is not there, and this is not there, not there, not there, not there. There is a small cut. This one goes slightly inside. Delete this one. So like this, now I can create this thing and then I'll optimize, definitely I'll optimize this. So now I have the correct alignment. So everything will be correct. So if I create any texture now and modify anything, it will be perfect. Only one thing you have to keep in mind after modification, I'll add a little thickness. I have to keep the thickness separate. I cannot keep this thickness with separate, means cannot attach it with the base texture. Even if I attach it, I have to make sure I don't like modify the base UV. If you do it, it will mess up your texture and alignment will go. Then have to redo the entire thing. Those things. And create all these shapes. And now, after doing this, a lot of stuff can be modified. I can make it slightly small. This much slightly small won't affect, but there is a trick. Like in Max also we have the preserve UV. Maya also we have option for preserve UV. Go double click on the your move preserve UV. Now I can move it, so it won't move the texture, move the UV, only move the model. And this one is not required. I'll delete that. So like this, I can make this thing uneven very easily. Plus there are like few cuts here, like unevenness, that is also I can create similar manner. So all the alignment and everything will be perfect and everything will be accurate. Save my file. I'll take that attendance, mark that attendance. One, two, three, four. One, two. Who is not there? Vishnu is not there. Okay, and I'm creating the submission folder also. Submit your files. Editing on. We did this. How many weeks happen? We check. We have 12, like this is like fourth week. First, second, third, fourth. G. Save and display. So folder is ready, everything is ready. Submit. So make sure submit your files. And like we already we are in fourth week, so you should have started your texturing. If you haven't, make sure started, because after it's a 6 week long module. We have 2 more weeks to go, and then it will be from this week we finish the texturing. Next 2 weeks only and only for Unreal. So if you lag behind, you won't be able to like cover up the entire thing. So work accordingly and submit. Okay, I'll see you guys like I guess second. Yeah, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.